Hello, this is Janet16 and welcome to this blog video. It's been a couple of weeks now, maybe months since the last one, but what I wanted to talk about in this one is, well, all the stuff that's happening. First of all, the last blog video was the announcement, 2017 project. That's kind of gone downhill. The lorry I was building, the RC lorry, the Iveco Stralis, I got pretty far with it, but it was getting more difficult and there was some big problems coming up. The main problem was it's a 1/16 lorry, and the bits I was buying for it were for the 1/14 Tamiya lorries, and the problem with that is the wheels were bigger, which brought on the problem of the wheel arches on the Iveco, so the wheels were too big for the arches. There was loads of problems, but that was the main one. That's the one that made me stop doing it. So yeah, so what I done instead, I went out and bought a Tamiya kit. But before I talk about that, I mentioned in the videos that the Tamiya kits are quite expensive, and they are. They're from 300 upwards. You'd be very lucky if you get one under £300. And so I did go and buy one. I saved up. I sold quite a lot of train stuff. And it's not stuff that I didn't want to sell. It's stuff that I wasn't using. Some of it was in the cabinet or on shelves getting covered in dust, and you know, what's the point keeping it if I'm not going to use it? Like I sold the Class 20, Hornby Class 20 in rail freight livery. I would have never used it again because I built 1950s, 1960s, so stuff like that. And I dug out a box that was in the corner of the train right in the back, and I had some stuff in, like, I'm trying to think what I got of that now. Some railroad engines I bought when they was quite cheap when they first come out, because when the railroad stuff come out it was actually cheaper than it is now. So some of that, jinters and that, but it all paid for my lorry. If you know me on Facebook, you got me as a friend on Facebook, you know what it is. I've been posting updates nearly every day. It's actually here now, so what I'm going to do is just grab it. I just got to check the camera because it's the first time I've used my big camera for the videos like this. So here it is. It weighs a ton with the battery in. I don't know if you can see it. It's going to try and error. I got to take the servo at the front later, but there it is. There's the front. It is a Mercedes-Benz Atros. I can't think, 3851 gigaspace or something like that. Without looking, I have no idea. It's a lovely kit. I mean, I built a brass engine last year or the year before. I build Lego. I don't really build the Lego Technic range, that's more my brother's thing, but building this is one of the most, I would say, exciting things I've ever built. It was really fun to build, and it's not finished, nowhere near finished. There's quite a bit of work to do to it, and as you can see there's wires everywhere. That's all for the lights, but they'll all be tidied up, of course. Yeah, we'll go through the chassis as well. We got working indicators on it, tail lights, reversing lights. The indicators are going in the front later on today if the light bulbs come. So yeah, that's been really fun to build, and that brings me on to the next subject. It's not going to be the only one I build. I'm going to be buying the Volvo, which I done a few years ago now, and that looks really nice. I was going to buy that one originally, and I thought, let's buy a newer Tamiya kit. Can't really buy the Volvo from shops, and I wanted to buy it from Antics, just because they're good to me, and they can let me have a look at it. If I'm not happy with it, they can send it back. But I had a look at it, wanted it straight away, and the number plates on it are Mil 31, named after my favourite dog, which was over there in the doorway asleep, and 31 being my favourite number. So yeah, I'm really pleased with it. It's gone really well. I got the controller here. Now I bought this for the Iveco, and everything I bought for the Iveco works with that, so I didn't lose any money doing that. The only thing I lost out on was the colour for the Iveco, the paint, but I can use that again on somehow, so it's not really a loss. But the controller's really good. 6-channel switches up here, and this is going to be for high beam, and that one's going to be for cab interior lights. Oh sorry, I just had sausage sandwich. Let's put the controller over here. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. That's why there's not many videos. I have been filming progress videos of this lorry. I got one to film today as well. That will be going up later on today. I haven't done any videos for a while, so we'll get that sorted. Next subject. I went to my first ever motorsport race, or motor race, and motor race day I should say, because it wasn't just one race, there was several. And I went to watch British Touring Car, the opening round to Brands Hatch. Massive motorsport fan, as you probably know. So why have I never been? Well, I don't like travelling. Never liked travelling long distances. As it was, it took 3 hours from here to get to Brands Hatch, and it was horrible. It was an horrible drive. I wasn't driving. I went with my brother and my dad, but sat in the back of a Ford car. Yes, I had my iPad, watching Big Bang Theory, had music going, played a bit of solitaire, but it was still agony. But it was really good, a really good day out. We got there about 8:30, 8:15. I think it was 8:15, and went straight to the pit lane straight away, because you get there early enough, you're granted access to the pit lane for 25 minutes to get signatures from all the drivers. And my race programme, I got signatures on the front of it. Again, you would have saw this on Facebook if you're friends with me, but I got Matt Neal, Gordon Shedden, which are my two drivers. Not so much Matt Neal. Gordon Shedden's my favourite driver at the moment in Touring Car. Well, he has been a couple of years, since 2011 I think. No, 2010, sorry. So yeah, he's kind of my driver. Matt Neal, I like him, he's a good driver in that, but I wouldn't say he's one of my favourites. But Gordon Shedden, Tom Ingram, Adam Morgan, they all signed this. Jason Plato, not a massive fan of Jason Plato, nothing against him, just not a massive fan of him. Who else? Matt Simpson, I got to sign it as well. So yeah, I got a few signatures on the front of it. I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet. I do want to maybe frame it or do something like that. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that. It's a great day out. I got some footage actually I'm going to upload of the racing. Not loads of it, just bits I filmed. And I missed the crash actually. It was the first race, Porsche's Cup. I filmed them coming down Paddock Hill, and my eyes went like that, so I'm still filming the cars coming down, and I'm watching the crash here, and I didn't move the camera, so I missed the crash. But no, a Porsche got spun out, went across the track. As he spun across, caught another Porsche and sent him into the barrier. Pretty big crash actually. There was a big crash in Touring Car on the starting line, the first race of Touring Car, but we were down in Paddock Hill, so we didn't see that, but we saw the cars get towed away. And in the second race, Jason Plato had a really big crash into the pit wall, which ended his day really, and he missed race 3. And then in the Ginetta GT500s, there was a big crash on the last corner. A car again spun out, went across the track, caught another car and sent both of them into the wall at speed. But we didn't see that. At that time we was down in Druids. No, just past Druids, sorry. Between Druids and Graham Hill. So yeah, that's what happened Sunday, that's where I went. I've also booked tickets for Metallica in October. October the... I can't remember the date now, but yeah, I've booked tickets for Metallica. They'll be here closer to the time. Really looking forward to that. Second time seeing them, I saw them at Download 2012. So yeah, really looking forward to that. I booked tickets as soon as they come on. Going disabled in front of Tier 14, which is great. And I have not neglected my train stuff at all doing this lorry. I did pick up this van the other day. This is a kit, a Parts of Dundas kit or something like that. Second hand antiques. I paid £5 for it, but I'm gonna paint it up, and that will be going on the railway. Put some new couplings on it. I got the club today actually. The club opens on a Wednesday now, which is quite nice. I can get that, and that's all good. So I'm going to the club today. Don't know if I'll take any engines. Probably not. Just go and see them. The show's in 2 weeks' time. Easter Monday, Cofer Carnival, to take my layout, Marble Bridge. Really looking forward to that. So what's going to happen is I'm going to be filming right from the week before, because the layout's being moved into the garage. And the reason it's being moved into the garage is it's got to be set up so what it's going to look like at the show. So I'm going to be building the fiddle yard that week, put the track on the fiddle yard, link it up to the main board so we get the track perfect and everything. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be really good. So I've got to get some black spray to spray the board. And yeah, so that's what's happening really with that. It'll be set with the garage. I'll do a couple of videos on it, do the final test. Point motors are not going in for this show, but I will be linking rods underneath the board to the points, so I don't have to touch the points when the layout's running. It'll just be pour rod, which in the future it will be point motors, but that will do for now. I got to make them so they come out, because when it goes back in the shed, those rods, it's not going to go down on the boards with them there. So yeah, I look forward to that though. There's a couple of things that need to be done on the layout really before it goes to the show. I just got to check the camera, make sure if it's still filming. Yeah, still filming. Don't want to be talking to a camera that's not filming. As for Lego, I don't share my Lego stuff on this YouTube channel. I got a separate one which I will put in a link in the description if you're interested in Lego. I got a lovely Lego City, progressing really nicely. And I do themes on that every time I go down, so I'll move the figures about. And at the moment the theme is I got a massive heavy transport lorry go through the middle of the city with a bridge on. Bit convenient really, beats a builder one. And I want to build some mock stuff in Lego as well. But yeah, that's the latest one I bought, just the jump truck. Not that fussed on the city stuff this time around. And I've cut back on the Lego just because I'm building this lorry. As for music wise, I'm mad on my music, and the latest CD I bought was this one. This is Creeper, if you haven't heard of them. They're a really good band, fairly new. They've only been on telly this year so far, maybe just a bit before Christmas. They remind me of a very early My Chemical Romance, and I love My Chemical Romance, so that's why I bought this CD. Really good, some really good songs on here. I did buy actually 2 more here. I've got Red Hot Chili Peppers. This is a By the Way album from a charity shop for 50p. Can't go wrong. And all my favourite Red Hot Chili Peppers songs are on there, so that's good. And I picked up a Smashing Pumpkins CD. Which one's this? Zero. I like their music. They got some good songs, so I picked those 2 up as well. Same charity shop, I picked up this Call of Duty World at War for PC. I haven't played this since 2010, which is 7 years ago, to believe or not. So yeah, I picked this one up, £1.50. Put it straight on the computer. Can't use Xbox controller with it, so bit not happy with that. But I did do the first couple of missions, and it's nice going back to an old game like this. Such a really good game, and all the rumours are that Call of Duty are finally getting rid of all their crappy space stuff, and they're going back to classics like this. So that's going to be great. That's when I'll start buying Call of Duty again, because I haven't bought it now since the first Black Ops. I did buy Black Ops 2, but that was second hand, just to see what it was like, and it was crap in my opinion. Nowhere near as good as the old Call of Duties. And they are remastering Modern Warfare 2. They've done the first one last year, they're doing the second one. hopefully the end of this year. We'll see something at E3 hopefully. I got a gaming channel, put a link in the description of that as well. I follow all the gaming news and got a Facebook page as well. Films, I've not bought many films just lately, but I did pick up these two in HMV. 10 Cloverfield Lane, really good film this was. I watched this when this came out. John Goodman, can't go wrong. If it's got John Goodman in it, it's going to be a good film. So yeah, pick that one up. And Jurassic World. I've never been a fan of Jurassic Park, to be honest. I don't mind them, there's nothing against them, it's not a film I've always thought, oh yeah, I'm going to watch that. If it's on telly, I never do. But it was only a £5 Blu-ray, and I enjoyed it. It was actually quite good. It's okay. It's not as good as it should have been, from what I've seen with the others and that. And they made a big deal with it. It was, I can't remember. It done well in cinema, but it didn't do as well as, you know, some other films over the time. But yeah, I got that. And lastly, these came yesterday, and they sent me 2 and 3 and not the first. Frasier. So Frasier's an American sitcom, TV show, whatever you want to call it. And I bought all 3 of them, first, second and third series, just to get started with it. I have watched a few on telly over the last couple of weeks, and I've never watched them properly, so something else to watch. And yeah, I bought 3 series, and they sent me 2 and 3, but the first series hasn't come yet, so I can't start it, which is quite annoying. But this one, actually, series 3, I buy off Amazon. You go in second hand, like Amazon second hand, and they're usually cheaper, 1p each. So I paid 3p for 3 series, and then £1.26 to have them sent. That's bargain. That's how I buy all my DVDs. I got 2 shelves over there full of DVDs, and a room upstairs in my old bedroom that's full of DVD racks. And they're not all mine, of course. In fact, most of them upstairs are my dad's brother's, my mum's. But that's it for this video. Lastly, Formula 1 started 2 weeks ago. We got a race this weekend, China, second race. My driver, Sebastian Vettel, won it, which was really, you know, great. It's about time we've seen a different car winning. And what makes it great is Sebastian Vettel stayed behind Hamilton for 19 laps without losing any time following another car, which is brilliant. He stayed 1 second behind the whole time. Not once did it go to 2 seconds, and the Ferrari can follow really close behind another car. The Mercedes, for the last 3 years, could not follow other cars. If anyone jumps them at the start, the only way the Mercedes will win the race is if they do something crazy in strategy, like for the pit lane and that. And that's why we saw Sebastian Vettel win 2 races in 2015, because they jumped Ferrari and won the race like that, because the Mercedes could not overtake other cars. And that's the main reason why Sebastian Vettel won this Australian race, is because Lewis Hamilton pitted first, Vettel got clear edge, put the laps in, pitted, Hamilton got stuck behind Max Verstappen, a slow Red Bull. They're not going to do that great in these first 2 races, I don't think, but Red Bull are up there, they got a good engine and everything this year. But Hamilton couldn't even put an attack on Verstappen, because their cars, Mercedes, just do not work behind other cars. So it sounds very good for Ferrari, which, yes, I'm all for that. I was a Lewis Hamilton fan, 2007 and 8. As soon as he won his championship, that's it. He changed, not the same driver as he used to be, and he hasn't been the same driver since 2008. So I don't follow Hamilton like I used to, just because of that reason. He's just got too show-offy, and he don't have Sork when he's not on that podium. So I'm not going to go into it, because I don't want people to go mad in comments and that, say, oh, you hate Lewis Hamilton and that. Because not that, I don't hate him. All drivers in Formula 1, I follow every single driver. But Vettel I follow more because I'm a Vettel fan. Vettel's definitely, Vettel, Alonso, Lewis Hamilton's still a brilliant driver. He's definitely one of the top 5 on the grid, but I just don't like his attitude against racing. So my favourite drivers of all time have always been, since I started watching motorsport, Colin McRae, James Thompson, Ivan Muller, Sebastian Vettel, Schumacher, Hamilton, Alonso. Never really been a big fan of Jenson Button. He's a great driver and everything, but he's one of those drivers that's just a little bit too careful. And I don't like Latin drivers. I want a driver who can push and push. But Button has had some outstanding races. But yeah, enough about Formula 1. I look forward to this weekend. It's an early race again. I haven't missed a live race in 10 years last year. This is the 11th year now, which is great. But yeah, that's it. That's it for this blog video. I'm going to get done Lego shed today, do some work. Can't do much on lorry until I have the LED lights come. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. And I'm going to do some videos on lorry now. So bye until next time. Bye.